Hey guys, what is up? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Happy Metal Mondays. I was going to say something, but I didn't want to cuss to see if this gets broken up or not. But guys, I'm blessed to be here. I'm stoked to see you guys here. Happy Independence Day. Let's see who we got. We had Neil McKenzie, channel member, Bama Ninja, channel member. Got Ghana right here. Robert Douglas, channel member. Brother T Fetch is here. Scotty Sobek Scooter, channel members here. Demonot, channel members here. Marisol, and I'm pronouncing that wrong. We're going to have to talk and I'll have to figure out how to pronounce that. Channel members here. Welcome, guys. We may have a surprise guest here in a little while. Jim Miller, channel member, is here. And yeah, we got some cool stuff to talk about. Q1 Scene, Ben, good to see you, buddy. Robert Douglas, channel member, what's up? Let me get down here. Jeffrey Dawson, channel member. Chris Hinkle, channel member. Chito Bandito. Welcome, guys. Autumn Wind, channel member. Good to see all of y'all. So, Pocket Metal will hopefully jump in. He had a couple of deadlines because usually Metal Mondays, I join him and sometimes ENG. So hopefully both of those guys will bump in here. Dopey6621. And I have a feeling we will get a visit from Jason Grant, a short one, to come in and kind of talk about what his status is of dropping the trippers and, just kind of show us what's going on there. Slade Ogre, welcome, man. Welcome, channel member. So, guys, before this started, I was thinking about, I do my videos out. Mimo, Peace Operator, channel members, what's up, guys? I plan my videos out. I don't know. I try to have at least a week of them out of reviews, overviews, musings. And I've had them where I've been kind of switching up between a fixed blade from my collection, a slip joint. Thomas McDonald, evening, buddy. Lord Needham, evening. Channel members both. And then a slip joint. So I've tried to do one each day. And then I was thinking about tomorrow. What's up, Joseph? Tomorrow is Independence Day. I should have kind of a different video or an additional video. So when I recorded this afternoon, I didn't think it would take me longer. It's a 45-minute video. Y'all do not have to watch it. You don't even have to go thumbs up it. But I just wanted to go through, not do reviews or overviews, but just kind of catalog as of July 3rd, 2023, my Made in America knives that I have. And I got through with that, and I was absolutely stoked. O-Tip, what is up? The only thing that bummed me out is I was doing my review, my overview, and I was trying to jump around and do it by maker, right? So like I'd go through my TRMs. I didn't want to follow the corner around in my case and go from Benchmays to TRMs back into Benchmays, but I left this one out inadvertently. Dopey, what's up? And this knife, guys, is the old school Sig Hogue plastic handled K322 Tonto. This is such a good knife. This is such a good knife that if I didn't have more knives than cents by like a long shot, I would buy this in a heavier handle, even though it's a very heavy knife and it feels like my 365 grip. But I left that out of the American Knives tomorrow. So if any of you guys, hey Krusk, what's up? If any of you guys do watch my American collection dive tomorrow, know that I did not intentionally leave this one out. It was black. The case is black. It kind of got hidden in there. And then tomorrow, I think for shits and giggles, I am going to do a USA made fixed blade video. And I could do a USA slip joint video, but that's how pathetic I am. I had a red one of these. It's going to Jim Miller. You want me to tell you something funny, Jim? I'm still going to order one of these tool steel. When I was going through just trying to see on Amazon what these, they range from like 32 bucks, 35 or 39. And the one that's 39 is actually in Carbon's tool steel. This one's listed as chromium palladium or something. It's not listed as surgical tool steel like most of them. It's listed as, I don't know, chromium palladium. And so I thought, being the idiot that I am, that this was tool steel. I don't want tool steel for any reason other than I think it's older, it's more authentic. But I'm kind of liking the side busters, and brother Jim Miller sent me this big daddy. I had no idea what a big boy knife a side buster was. And that's why the side buster, and I've looked at range busters, clod busters, some of the other manufacturers, but it seems like the only game in town is GEC if I want American made slip joints. And I know there are more choices than that, but anyway, I won't draw y'all with slip joints, and I won't tell y'all about those 3 Tucson slip joints that are awesome that I bought. One of them I hoped was going to make it here today, but it doesn't make it here till Wednesday. We did have something come in that I'll get to show you guys. But this knife, Ed Harrison, what is up, brother? This little M390 Tucson with the ivoryish handle. This is the first Tucson slip joint I bought from Pocket Metal's recommendation. This is back in stock at about 82 bucks. And then that's one thing that sucks about slips. Guys, this is a fantastic knife. The only downside for me, because I'm weird, is it's got a clip. And it's a clip that when you remove it, you still got the base of the screw sticking out. But this is titanium and copper, and you cannot feel any displacement. Titanium, copper. It's got real, I don't know if you can see that milling, but it's got an M390 blade and a walk and talk to die for. Again, like 80 bucks. And that's before you put in Javon 10 as a discount code or any code you want to put in. And then the other one I ordered is totally titanium. It's a sheep's foot. It's a modern slip joint. Super cool. And it hadn't been in stock in forever. And it's like 85 bucks. You dumped your K320. Did you like, was it too slick for you, Scotty? Because it is a little bit slicker. They do them in aluminum now, and that's the one, Mimo, I said if I didn't have more knives and I have a lot of sense, I would reach out for one of those because they have G10 inset, right? Oh, Dopey. I'll be happy to have you here for 4 minutes. I love having you here. Make my day. Welcome, brother. Good to see you, man. And you guys that are here in the chat, I've never met Make My Day, and that's nothing against him or her. I'm glad they're here. Y'all continue to chat because we will do a giveaway. But CV Blade Ogre, I think I'm confused. Maybe it's just the way Amazon has it classified, because it says chromium vanadium or something, and it made it sound stainless. And then you can, and I'm sure it's the way that they have it written, but they've got one that says tool steel. But I hope it's carbon steel. That's why I bought that one. But yeah, you guys chat it up in the chat, especially if you're new. You're welcome to lurk because I'm a lurker. But just make sure you chat with somebody who's going to be here, so when we do a giveaway later, if you win, we won't think you came in just to win the knife. Well, thank you, Blade Ogre. That makes my day, man. Not that I'm care. The video is 2 minutes short if you skip the subscription intro. I have been asking, and that's only because very reputable friends of mine, including me as a user, do not think about subscribing. I'm talking about new people. I don't. I watch a lot of channels I don't subscribe to and other content. And I'm trying to make it really short, just to where it's top of mind. Subscribe, and I'd really appreciate it. I'm not going into the whole why it's important. I don't really care if they subscribe, but analytics shows, guys, and it doesn't matter to me really, but it's just if I'm going to take a lot of time and make videos, I do it for you guys. I do it for the few people. It could be one person watching or 2 people watching. And then I go back to think how I was when I first started in the knife community. I was a sponge for content. So if I could find somebody who was just showing knives, that would have been invaluable to me. Start BMX, what's up, brother? Be Shady, what's up? But so, yeah, to me, it's like, I want to do it for just you guys. But when you look at analytics once a month, you get a little statement thing, and you see that 90% of your video views are from people who aren't subscribed. And I'm not chasing subscribers. Like I said, I never thought I'd get 100, much less 1,000. So I'm blessed with every single one of you guys, the friendships that I've made, right? But it's just, to me, I think a lot of people don't think about it. And I know shorts are, that's exactly right, Coprolite Steve. And what's funny about that, guys, I do get a little of a pass because I'm a digital marketer by trade. I apologize for that. I do sell and target display ads, geofencing ads, streaming TV, Google search engine marketing, search engine optimization. So I know how to play the game, but I don't play the game in social media. The reason I started and uploaded my first short is because I had a client who wanted me to look at their YouTube analytics. And I'd never looked at YouTube analytics before. Dude, I'm gonna have to look it up. Jubil. Oh, wow. Scotty, when did that come to be? And I usually thought I was pretty up on Slim Cut. Guys, I'm going to share this with you because I wasn't aware that it existed. And it's a Gentleman's Warncliffe. Looks like a liner lock for 40 bucks. Look at that sharpening choil. How long is it? 2.95 inch blade. I approve, Scotty. See, that's why, and I'm going to do a pocket dub here in just a sec. No, Dopey, the reason you get ads for pineapple flavored lubricant is those are called retargeting ads. So if you go to a site and you click on a knife ad or a knife, or if you go to a knife site, don't be surprised if you saw, well, knives are not a good example because they're banned by Google, believe it or not, which YouTube owns Google. You can't advertise for knives. But if you see a tennis shoe ad or a Tom shoe ad, and you go click on that, you will be served that ad again. So that to me is a little bit whack. But the Watauga is great. Guys, I had 3 sin cuts and they made it to giveaways. I had the Actium, the old school sin cuts. I had the Actium, the Scepter, and the one that looked like the Civivi slip joint. I forget which one that was. Do you see a dent? All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you guys what I carried, and then I'm going to read through everybody's pocket dump. So this is my afternoon carry. Check this out. Y'all recognize that, Scotty? There's a story to this one. This is the PE Variant 3. I got this at White Mountain Knives. It's a little more expensive, but it's titanium frame lock. It's got a deep hollow grind 20 CV blade, and it matches what I carried in my left pocket, which was my little small. Fail. I carried my small little. I love these lights. I'll show you the one I got that came in most recently. That's my little Rovi Vaughn. And then I carried my matchy Kvist Vanish. Now this is also titanium and a flat ground 20 CV blade. And this one that I just found on White Mountain Knives is a regular size Vanish with a flipper and a front flipper. So I can either flick it, thumb flick it, and you know I hate thumb flicking, or front flip it. And this one's hollow 20 CV. And I really like these quirky little knives, thanks to Scotty Sobek Scooter, my brother from another mother. So my carry was the Kvist Variant PE3, which are available now, if anybody's crazy about them, at I think at Jacob's site and also at White Mountain Knives. And then I carried my little Rovi Vaughn. This is the this is the A3. This little aluminum one here, and it's about on Amazon $30. And after we do pocket checks, I'll show you all this one that I bought. All right, let me go up and see where we started. That's funny, Ben. You want me to tell you what's really funny is when you go with an account executive, because I manage 34 account executives that work in 4 offices around the state of Alabama. And what's really funny is when you go with them to a client's office and you go with them to show the client what an ad is. Because a lot of times if I'm a plumber, I don't understand how online ad delivery works. Why would I? But you say, yeah, a retargeting ad. Why don't you pull up and you mention a local news site, right? And this is a loaded, I've learned not to do this. And they'll pull it up and the first ad you see is like hair loss or Viagra. And you're like, you're being retargeted that because you've been creeping around on their sites. So I learned not to do that. Ooh, very nice. The Feel Good in Bazooka Pink. Let me give you a real quick salute before we get into our, and I want to tell you something up front about the pink. And Ben even talked to me about this. That Be Shady, I've got one side that is vibrant pink. The other side is muted pink. And that is normal. That's just the way the range, Ben says, this is the range of color. Almost every one, you'll have one side that's more photogenic, but the Bazooka Pink is such a great color. And these knives, I'm smitten. I'm going to show you a knife that I brought in, though, that's a little less expensive that I'm digging. Let's read our carry. All right. Glad to be here, pizza operator. I'm glad you're here. Lord's going radio silent in the pockets today is a tactile bear, which I would love to eventually get. A rock wall. That's a good pair. Magna Cut relative. I salute you. And of course, Radio Rosie. God, Lord, your posts cheer me up every day. You can photograph so well, and your collection is just banging. Channel member Neil had the new Petrified Fish 818, the Gerber US1, and the SOG keychain knife. That reminds me, I sent Puerto Rico with a knife a video he asked for today. Don't let me forget to show you my new Petrified Fish. Let's see what we got here. Mimo carried the Recon 1 clip point. Strong. Channel member Demon Knight carried the Arcane Design Praetheon and the Pair 3 in Maximate. Nice. Robert Douglas, channel member, the Mannix in 110, always in his pocket. Have you had to sharpen it, Robert? The reason I ask is I've got a pair of two that's wearing new scales that I've had for 2 years in 110 that I've not sharpened it sharp as anything. Now I haven't beat the crap out of it, but I've cut cardboard with it. Brother Pete's operator had his Demco 80 20.5 in 3V, the Devo Mash V2, and the QSP Hedgehog. Every one of those knives are awesome. I love them, and I've got those bad boys in my collection hiding around. And then Fit-A-Bit had the PLHL Force Alpha 4. All right, I've got to do some experimenting. I got to find out what this is so I don't lose it. And that might not even be a knife. Y'all are probably laughing at me. Oh, nice. That's a fixie. Is this it? I'm going to share it just to see if I'm on the right one fit a bit, because I'm digging the shape of this knife, but I don't know if I found the right one. Is that it, buddy? Hey guys, I'm going to do a community warning. So today, y'all remember a few months ago when I got scammed looking for the box chillin'? I woke up real early and I Googled box chillin', and this website that was like foxknives.something.com, which made it sound like it was a selling division of Fox Knives. And the background pictures had the bench. They had a Blade HQ, like the pictures had been taken off Blade HQ, but it was a totally legit site. Google led me there. It was one of the top 5 search results, and the site stayed up for a week. But anyway, I went, bought the knife. It was 99 bucks, got to pay out, and it defaulted me to PayPal friends and family, which I never do friends and family. But for some reason, I did it, and 96 bucks gone. And that site was there for a week. So I told everybody about it. And then about 2 weeks later, during one of Cole's Sunday morning lives, he found a different maker's site, which was obviously by the same people, right? So here's the same people, even if they only scammed 10 people, guys. I just Googled it to see if I can get it to come up. Well, today, my best buddy in town, A to Z EDC, called me up and said, hey man, I just found this Spanish razor knife that I missed out on. He missed out on a NAS sale for it, and he was going to buy it because I found it for 99 bucks. You want me to get you one too? And I said, dude, let's look at that site first. And let me show it to y'all. Let me find it and show it to you guys. Then I'll get back to Carrie's, because I think this is important. Do not, if it looks too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Check it, check it, check it. Because I thought I checked stuff enough, and I always thought I was kind of not going to get scammed, because I wasn't ever really looking for stuff like that. Let's see if I put for sale, what'll trigger this. And then I'll stop. But just, if you guys are out looking at Best Techs or any knife for that matter, and you see it way too cheap, if you look at the pictures real closely and you look at the terms of, it'll say that they take all credit cards, but when you get to checkout, it automatically flips you over to PayPal. And it's a scam, and it worked for me. And I called PayPal 1 minute after it happened, or messaged them, and I couldn't do anything because I authorized friends and family. So once you do that, it's out of their hands. So I'm an idiot, but I almost had a very smart and good friend of mine. Look at this, guys. I think I found it. I found the fake site that I can share with you. All right, guys. I know this sucks, but I'm going to share it with y'all because it's important. So this site here came up on Google. It's like a Best Tech closeout. It's called besttech.com. Knifebesttech.com. And this is the premium Spanish tip razor, regularly $250 for $96. He was going to buy us both one. Everything's legit. You'll find out on this site everything is less than $100. But look at the flipping picture. It's got Blade HQ right there. Guys, I fell for it, and I cannot believe this guy. I've got his name in my PayPal. I guarantee you, if we tried to check out, which I'm scared to give them any data, but I guarantee you, if we check out, it goes to that same guy's personal PayPal. Which to me is just, that should be illegal. I mean, it seems like somebody could at least shut it down. So if I go to any of these knives, let's say I wanted a Best Tech Showdown. I need to spell it right. I think they're pulling inventory from Blade HQ, where it would say sold out. So look, these are all Best Tech Showdowns, just under $100, because everything on here. Even if you go to a cheap knife, let's go to Texel. I mean, if you go to cheap knives, you don't get really any savings. They're just on there because they're pulling them from the site. But whoever's doing this has really got their game together, and it is a scam, and I fell for it. So please, if you guys are out there shopping for knives like we all do 4 or 5 times a day, do not fall for deals that are too good to be true, because about a week after I got scammed, they cleaned up the Blade HQ stuff. So it didn't say Blade HQ anymore, but it was still a scam. So, Pizza Operator, Demco, we went through that one, 3V Devo Mash QSP Hedgehog. And then we saw Fitbit's Alpha Force, which is awesome. And then Sobeck Scotty Scooters carrying the TRM Atom with red, white, and blue scales because of US. I sent off a box of scales today to a brother from another mother. Some Neutron scales. My man Jim Miller's carrying A.G. Russell Woodwalker, one of the first magazines when I was a kid I looked at for knives. The Hogue Deca Able and MagnaCut, and a CRKT Spew. The Brother 1510. Awesome, dude. I hope you're enjoying them. I hope they're coming in handy. My man Dopey, which guys, you don't give him a hard time. I've been around him in person. He carries this many knives. He carried the Civivi Elementum Fixed, the Mini, and Desert Warrior. Boker Kalishnikov XXL Desert Warrior, Custom Sprinkle, Anno Ontario, Tie 22, Boker Joker Sub Kalishnikov, and regular Kalishnikov, Ritter Hogue Fixed Blade, and he's not through. So let me go to his next one. Then he got the Ritter Hogue Folder, the Tempest Pinion, which he's got acid wash that looks awesome, the Ethan Grow EF902, the Kaiser Elgon, the CDC Coin, Blade HQ Donut Coin, 4 Forest Tanks, 3 Health Tanks, Pink Lighter, Pry Bar, Wallet, Headphones, Keys, and Phone. That is winning the carry of the day. Good for you, buddy. Did you ever find your little Civivi? Because I've got that one that... Crispy Critter, welcome, channel member. My brother changed his carry today. The Best Tech Showdown, the Kaiser Mini Roach, XDM Elite 10mm. Nice pew. I had to wash my throat, guys. I apologize. Lord Needham's ripping on him for not carrying enough stuff. Jeffrey Dawson, channel member, was carrying the Zermino TYRXL, Protect Malibu, and a American Service Knife, Washington. So I've got a real quick search. ZERM. Right, all right. Oh, yeah. That is beautiful, Jeffrey. I've seen these knives. If I'm not mistaken, has Has Satu Dave showed this off? Would I have seen this on Satu's channel? Buddy, I love that knife. I love that knife. Nice, nice, nice. Auto Winds can feel good and a carbon fiber S90V little native today. Very nice. I showed my little native. I was telling you guys, if you haven't joined yet, I was trying to feel patriotic today, and I was trying to think what I was going to carry for Independence Day, and I've got to carry my Stars and Stripes infraction. But it made me think I've seen a lot of patriotic videos, and I hadn't posted any patriotic videos yet. So I said, okay, I'm just going to do a collection dive real quickly, go through my American-made knives. It'll give me a good cataloging of what I've got actually July 3rd of 2023. Guys, that video is almost 50 minutes long. But it'll come out tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And there'll be another regular video coming out too. Q1 Fiend, Brother Ben carried the Cobalt Blue Immunity today. I've gotten more and more interested with that knife the more I see it. It strikes me as a solid little chode. Junior Miz carried the QSP Parrot and the Spyderco Dragonfly. I broke my Dragonfly out of my bug out bag. I've got a green, forest green, and ZDP. That's a great little knife. Nice carry, Junior Miz. Does anyone belong to, is that a Facebook club, Sobex? I try to join all the Facebook clubs that I can, because the week before Knives Live, I get banned from all of them. I reach out to the or the admins and ask them if I could post a notification that we're having Knives Live to raise money for knife rights, and they always say, no, we don't take that here. So I spam them until they kick me out. I still reach the same amount of people. But you would think that, let's put it this way, Shadow Rangers let me post it on there. If I had a Facebook group page for, say, TRM, buddies of mine who we all love TRM, right? I would have no problem with somebody coming with a legit cause. But maybe people don't know we're legit. What's up, Dean Griffin? Channel member, welcome, brother. Hey, do y'all have any guesses? Do you think Walker reached out and contacted me about the giveaway? Dopey also had the Vosteed Mini bar today and left it in the car when he got to work. So what are y'all's bets on if Walker came back out of the crowd? Light day today, Bluminati carried the Sheepdog XL, the Mini Paragon, the Mini Big Lighter, the Pony Stout, Microburst, Casey's Jetstream prototype. That looks very interesting. Top Dog Hank, some Jake's Jank, some Juggling Ninja Touchwood, and Big Red EDC 4th ID, and EDC Roundtable Challenge Points. Solid, my man, solid. Channel member, thank you for being here, brother. Thank you all. I'm just going to start doing that instead of asking people to subscribe. And I'm not trying to push channel membership because I absolutely know how it is. But I do, from the bottom of my heart, and from a humility standpoint, from a motivation standpoint, and from it really, I didn't know what all it took really to make a channel, be a kind of channel that I'd want to watch. Y'all are all so appreciated. I love every one of you. And in my videos, there's going to be, if you go to my page, it rotates out channel members' little emojis or their avatars. But I'm going to make them, I'm going to shout you guys out. And I'll probably do it by name. Joseph S. got 2 new knives today, the CDC Hansen and the Mini-Tac Tonto. I know what the Hansen is, but the Mini-Tac, I probably do know, but I might not. So if I can learn about a new knife. Oh, that's a little cold steel. How do you like that? And I'm probably too far behind, so I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to run through this. I'm not going to get tons of hours behind. That is a fun-looking little knife. That fits my affinity for small EDC sites. Thomas, they're out there, and I tell you, it could be more than one guy, but I know the site that I just showed y'all and the site that scammed me out of 96 bucks. And then I got a weird email exactly the time that I bought it, saying that I had an order coming for like this multicolored kitchen, like one setting of kitchen knife, fork, spoon. And I thought, probably that's the scam. I'll get this where they can say they shipped something. I never got that. It was just a total thanks for the 96 bucks. And I wonder how many people threw that guy 96 bucks and didn't get anything. I hope I haven't missed carries. I'm trying to scroll to the bottom, and absolutely, and they're out there, buddy, and they keep popping back up. And the one I bought from Dean, because I did it at 6 a.m. in the morning, when I went back and looked at it, it had the freaking logo. But keep in mind, I Googled box chillin'. For some reason, I wanted one, and I wasn't looking to get one for that cheap. But I just fell for it. I went straight through the checkout like an idiot. I wasn't all the way awake. I hadn't had my meds. Now, it's not an excuse, but I'm just saying, if I can do it, and we let Blade HQ know, and they knew that there was a site operating fraudulently using their logo, and they said, thanks for reaching out. And I probably should reach out to them again, because it's not fair for other people that might get scammed. G-Ball, my brother from another mother. Good to see you, brother. Mimo's got the Dolikas. 50 cents. 50-50. Jay, welcome, my man. Carrying the Spider Coast Schmock and the Yojimbo. Fidgety and fierce. Great combo, my man. Great combo. But yeah, if y'all have the stomach for a 45-minute video or fast forward through it, you will see everyone. Why did I misflick that? You'll see every one of my USA made knives, with the exception of fixed blades, which I'm going to record later tonight or tomorrow, and with the exception of that knife, because it got hidden in my case and I overlooked it. But I really do like it. Oh yeah, sorry it didn't work out. What'd you carry today, brother G-Ball? I'm scrolling down trying to get caught up. I don't think there are many of us in here. Brand new American, welcome, my man, channel member, the Ritter Hoe with original goat scales. I am very, very tempted to get some of the titanium colored, the real bright ones, the ones like I saw at Blade Show, in those original goat scales, because a lot of luck lately with original goat scales. Most recently, I sent Marty both of my Generation 1 Ritter Hogues because people had been asking them for them. And they're different because they have that extra hardware, a little bit different chamfering. But original goat, because they literally, and I had no problem with it. I told them to hang on to them. They hung on to these for about a year. But I have plenty of knives, so I didn't mind, and I knew they were in good hands. But these are actually titanium colored with just light milling on them. Original goat scales. Scales made in America, knife made in America, and I'll be honest with you guys, I really carry these knives more than that. And I really love my Wharncliffe with the splatter paint and the texture scale. I've always thought that was such a wicked compound grind anyway. Now these are just the 20 CV ones. I don't have the Magna Cut ones. Mr. EMP. Well, I'm guilty. What's today? Monday? Saturday. I went to the site because that's when the drop for the Ronin was. And when I was in Atlanta, another mother whose knives I've reviewed on, he let me review his, and carry it for a week, his, God, why am I not, his Evo 3.0, his Why can't I think of the nice American knife that's Maddie has one of, that Stevie has one of, that are super nice? Not a Roxy, but anyway, I did a video on it. And his Hinder Emmett Bowie, his SB1, which I still got over there, his Fork of Blades SB1. Why can't I think of that knife? It used to be on my grail list till I carried his forever. Made in America. Not the Rosie. So you've got a Rosie, you've got an Evo 3.0, and you've got one other knife. And I know the Evo's not here. What's the other knife besides the Rosie that's so nice it's made in America? For some reason, I can't think of it. Anyway, he lets me borrow these knives for a week or so, carry them. I don't cut with them. I don't beat them up, but I play with them so much so that it told the Arius. That's exactly it, Chris Hinkle. Thank you. The Arius and the Evo 3.0, which I always said the Evo 3.0 was way too big for me. I had both those knives for a week each. The Arius, I appreciate it for what it is. I love it. The Koenig Arius, she does it exactly right. But I still would like to have one, but it didn't change something in my soul. It didn't just do something to me. On the other hand, the Evo 3.0, which when I looked at it at Blade Show, it held it for 15 minutes. I was like, this knife off my list. You know, this thing's way too big. Guys, living with that knife for a week, I have got to have one. I fell in love with it. So it's just, but anyway, my point on that was I saw him on Saturday at Blade Show because they both live here in Huntsville, and he picked up his pre-order Ronin from John and Janie over at the EMP EDC booth. I'd never been that taken by the pre-order on the Ronin. The shape of it, it just, put it this way, I didn't pre-order it. I did hang out with it at Blade Show. I did hang out with it with my buddy A to Z EDC. I did jump on the website when they still had them available, and they had the colorway that I wanted, which matches this colorway, and I ordered one. I didn't need to, but I did. I didn't sizzle it. So I've got a Ronin inbound, and I'm stoked. Mini J Cape and a J Cape 3.5. Dang, Ross, that is awesome. Very, very nice. Brother Todd Carr carried the Leatherman Surge, the Gerber Dime, the Gerber Shard, the SD Classic, the Cold Steel 4MAX Scout, Cold Steel 4MAX Scout, the Kubi KU 322, Benchmade Mini Freak, Fifth Pocket, and his Artisan Sea Snake, Lite 1IR2, and I3T. Awesome, buddy. Try to remind me to show you guys what I was going to show on my Leatherman. I even thought about maybe making a video on it because I rarely ever carry one, but I bought a little EDC thing off of thank you, Dopey. I think he has. I mean, that's a beautiful knife, the TLYR. Is it a made in America knife, I'm assuming? I could go check. Y'all don't have to answer that. That's awesome, Jeffrey. One of my highlights, and it was 2 5-minute spurts at Blade Show. I met Satu twice, once in the main hall and once in the main hall of the convention where the booths were. He's the warmest, most fantastic guy. I mean, God, he's an awesome guy. And then I met him out in the hall and we got to speak for a little while. But definitely hug worthy, definitely a fantastic guy. Yeah, the RSK is going to be a good one, Michael Morgan. Twang Things, Kenny's Vostede Gator, that's a big knife. I was surprised when I held it. The Kaiser Original and the Kubi Atlas. Fantastic knives. Guys, I'll say right now, and we can all like different knives. I don't know if y'all saw Duty's video today. It was just a kind of a rant video on people saying, you know, use your shit. And I thought it was just very insightful. I think a lot of Duty. What's up, El Cap Addict? But My point on that is there are some banger knives that I have in my collection that I will be eventually giving away. Probably not tonight on these two because I've still got to do some different videos on them. But like some of these inexpensive Nigarons, some of the Vostides that I've got are as good of a knife in terms of cutting and carrying and being an EDC knife that I can get by with during the day than anything. I mean, I think we're at a golden era of knife availability. I mean, our choices are there. Those are all great. G-Ball's carry is EMP EDC relative. His Oser F22 with a kickstop, his Chavez kickstop, his SE6 and his SE5, his SE4 and his K-bar. You go, boy. His SBD Mini, ooh, love that. Evo, his SBD Mini Evo. Did you ever get your detent worked out on that, buddy? Did you send it back? Devo Stout, the the GCK Streamlight Wedge, Olight R69 QSP Penguin, and the QSP Penguin Plus. Nicely done. Welcome, El Cap Addict. The ZDP Dragonfly, Ben, I love that one, buddy. That's the one I've got in my collection. Greg, how are you, my man? The Kaiser Veratus, the most sought after knife right now. That is just awesome. The Tempest Pinion and the CRKT Minimalist Bowie. Do you have your stock handles on that, Greg? I don't know if you guys have seen yet, but Flytanium released some G10 handles for the Minimalists. I'll grab them here in a second because I'm going to have to pee real quick. But they make that handle a lot bigger on those Minimalists. That's a great carry down. The Veratus is just looks like it'd just be awesome to work. Thomas carried the Kaiser Gemini and the Kershaw OD1. Very nice. El Cap Addict's got a small Spartan Heartseed, USA made by veterans with 100% USA materials. Well done, brother. Beautiful knife. Dwayne Letterman, channel member, welcome, brother. Nope. So tonight, this is going to go because the full size went last week, and I actually like this one better. I don't know why. I think it's because it's the first one I got from Flags. But if you guys would be so kind, give me 2 minutes to pee and grab this knife so I can show Greg the skeleton. Sorry about that, kid. I had another, what's up, Bama Ninja? I had another coffee before this coffee to try to get me awake because I was about to fall asleep. And it took me a while to pee out of it. So this is that Fultz Minimalist, which has a little longer blade, but it is it's the CRKT Minimalist. You know, it had the handles that had the little finger holes in them. But Flatania makes these micarta scales for about 20 bucks. Give you a full 4 fingers on a minimalist. So whether it's a cleaver, whether it's a Bowie, this handle, or these Flatanium CRKT minimalist handles, you can Google them. I'll pull them up. They fit any of the minimalists, and it made it a knife that I carry more now. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Flatanium CRKT minimalist scales. So here they are, just if y'all are curious what they look like without the knife. I don't want to join the Dead Floss Society. So you can get them in G10. Like if you work outside and you don't want to lose it, for 19 bucks. Or you can get them in micarta for 22. And that's what they look like. Or you can get a minimalist with them already installed. But if you look at a minimalist, the handle without them, the handle's a lot smaller. You don't realize how much smaller until you stick something like this on that gives you a more neutral grip. Again, I have no association with CRKT or anybody, but I just think that these made this knife, and I don't like this knife. I bought it a while back. I don't like the compound grind. I don't like that it's got a real long blade. I ought to take these scales off, put the other ones on, and make this one of my fixed blade giveaway knives. But anyway, let me get back to reading. No, Walker did not reach out. And hopefully Walker will come in here. We had somebody in here earlier that was talking that I didn't know, that I hadn't met before, and hopefully he'll stick around. Gunrod still can't carry, but he's flipping a Wendigo while he watches that show. That's the Dan Designs Wendigo. Is that? I think I have it over here. Got it in another case. I think I've got that knife. Let's see what we got. No, all Walker had to do, Dopey, like I told him, I would have, if he just sent me an email saying, hey man, I was just quiet. Yeah, I do like knives. I've got a Gerber. I'd love to win the knife. I would have sent the knife. I have no problem with that. It's just, I'm giving away knives out of my collection. Rarely, I've got a knife coming in that I'm going to be able to give away to you guys from a channel member, and I'm going to give them 100% credit when we give it and do the giveaway. But up to now, and what I do is I give away my knives to my friends. So I just want to make sure that whoever wins is somebody that I want to have the knife, right? Like if we were just sitting there and I reached it across the table to you, I don't want it to go to a stranger. And all you have to do to not be a stranger is engage with a few people. And like I'll do sometimes if I'm sharpening or if I'm driving, hey, I'm driving, I don't enter giveaways, but I like to let people know that I'm there. I like the person doing the live stream know that I'm there, right? That I'm listening to their stuff. And sometimes I'll be honest with you, hey, Craig Wilkes, channel member, I am too lazy to type on my iPhone because what I do is I watch an Apple TV and I communicate on my phone. And I feel absolutely guilty for not saying hi to every single person. I can't read it fast enough. I can't type fast enough. It just jacks me up. It gets me all stressed out. Beluga is a great knife, Chip. I totally think that's a great knife. The Mini Tack. Is it a nice one, buddy? I saw your review on the, tell me what that was again, the Aptiva? The my car, the slip joint that you were putting up against the brother. Ooh, Twang Thang got a GEC orange scrambled dog leg with the guitar shield today. It's gorgeous. I remember you were chasing that. That is awesome. And is that the only, beside Case, USA slip joint maker? If you don't go custom, like if you're trying to stay from just spending your car payment on a knife? Let's see if I've got any. And if I've gone past a carry and you know I'm lower than your carry, please throw it up there again and I will throw it out. It was so weird. I mean, that was, even if I was 10, when I was 10, if I had an internet when I was 10, which I didn't, I'll just be honest with you, we weren't anywhere close to the internet. But I could have come up with a story to win whatever they're giving away. Yeah. It's a hard thing to do. So this week, I was going to do a video on this because I'm still for Friday Night Flicks. I like doing the video deal because I go through there and I get a spreadsheet of everybody. So I kind of know who's done it in case I have to fall back on that to draw it like I do for Knives Live. But then I know somebody that I know is going to win the knife, right? So it's just, to me, that just makes a big deal. And what I like to do, but you've got to pay for it, and it's like $12 a month to get the paid version of Comment Picker. Lefty bought it. And what it allows you to do is with Comment Picker, I can go to a YouTube video. I'm not talking about the one in StreamYard. That doesn't cost anything. But if I go to YouTube like I do, and I pull up one of my videos and I filter duplicate comments, up to 500 people, it'll do a random drawing for, right? I don't have to do anything for that. That's complimentary. But if I pay for it, I then have the power to go choose one of Bluminati's videos and send everybody over to Bluminati, or send everybody over to Crispy, send everybody somewhere else to leave, say hi or leave a comment or subscribe. And I think there's a lot of coolness in doing that. I think spreading the love around is huge. That's one of the things Shane came up today. He and Grateful Panic kicked it around for a while I was working and went out and did some stuff. And we were talking about this last night on his live. That was a big part of when we first had the concept of Knives Live, because after we talked about Knives Live, we thought about who should benefit from Knives Live. And that's when we came up with Doug and Knife Rights, because none of us ever touch any of that revenue. It's all done through donations directly through kniferights.org. And then we just get a receipt, and then I tabulate a spreadsheet with every single person that sends me a receipt, emails it to kniveslive2021@gmail.com. I put together a spreadsheet that we do a random drawing on, right? So that's just how that works. But the real goal, and I didn't think it'd be so hard to post on some of these Facebook groups. I didn't think I'd have to go guerrilla marketer to do it, which I do. But I kind of envisioned it as bringing people like me 3 years ago from outside of YouTube to make them aware that there's a knife community that exists on YouTube. And if they come in for Knives Live, if, for example, this year, let's just say hypothetically, wink, wink, it's 48 hours, they can come in anytime and pick up some knife content, and they may come back. And again, what I think is the more the merrier. I mean, you're always going to have people that are less than savory characters, right? But we've got such a core group that policed itself. I think to bring more people in to enjoy. I mean, I could write a book. It could be really short and it'd be boring, but about what knives mean to me, because they don't mean this. They're I came into it with a CRKT CEO, and I bought it because I think Metal Complex said it was cool, or Nick Shabazz did. Somebody did. But then even before that got there, my dopamine had started kind of percolating up in my head a little bit, and I ordered another one. I think it was a $35 penguin. So I was starting to be a nice guy. I didn't have anywhere to store them yet. And I'd seen some nice videos, but I had no idea what the community was. I think I've told you guys, Grateful Panic through his Groovesy Night lives, I would get in those lives and I'd be like, well, we're not talking about knives, and we weren't. In all truth, Grateful Panic was saving lives. I mean, there was stuff that went down in Groovesy Night lives that I'm convinced made huge differences in people's lives. I know nights it made huge differences in my life and changed the way I thought about everything because I would just watch it. Ben, I'm one of those guys that don't ask for likes, but I appreciate you threatening the kneecaps. Y'all like that video. The least you can do is give me a like. Just give me a little love. I've got thin skin. Thanks, Ben. But so, yeah, man, the way I look at it is, I think what we have here, whether it's 10 of us, whether it's 110 of us, whether it's 2,000 of us, I don't know how MC and his crew interact. I know that they're all very loyal, and I know that they all seem to be nice people. They don't all seem to be there just to win something. Granted, a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with being somewhere to win something. It's not going to cost you anything. But I just can't help but think that there's some good people, some good channels, some good content, and we just all haven't crossed over yet, right? I mean, I just think that it's not only the golden age of knives for what you can get for your money, but I've seen the worst of the community and shady shit, and it doesn't distract me at all because I've seen the love, the care, the giving. I've seen things that you guys would never, ever imagine. Just because I see things, right? I'm old. I see things. But I've seen people who 99% of the people would say, that guy sucks. He's a prick or whatever. And I might know for a fact that that guy is one of the most generous GoFund floaters, does everything for everybody, never wants anybody to know, would be mortified and would say, I did not. So there are people out there, and I think it's most of us. We all come with baggage, right? I come with baggage. We all have issues. I'm a recovering addict. It's sober for over 8 years. I'm addicted to knives now, but we've all been places, and I think we can all make each other stronger. We can all give each other hope. We can give each other a place to be able to thrive away from the normal grueling day that sometimes can be. Ginger Fisher 75 channel members carrying a stainless Ganzo Rubato 2, the Kubi with the scimitar blade and a switchblade petrified fish. Y'all don't let me forget to show you a petrified fish I got that I think will freak everybody out. Freak me out. Leland Phil, welcome, my man. The carbon fiber bug out Elite, modded with Flytanium rock scale designs. Rock scale designs. These are my #1 scales and all of my scales, and I've got some meat and boss scales or met and boss scales. The reason I love these rock scale design scales, A, they're graphite in color, but most importantly, they're liner delete. So this is a Manix 2, and you know those jagged jimpy liners? They're gone. This is an EDC jewel. I've got jimping on the spine. I've got jimping in the choil, but all the jimping that was on the handle, smooth as butter, baby. Leland, I love. It seems like they don't keep a lot in stock, and I'm sure they can make them for you. But that is nice. Nice, nice, nice. Man, I love y'all in here just chopping it up. Cheetos, let me tell you what Dopey was carrying. Hold on, let me get up here and find it real quick. Oh, I thought that was it. That was Todd Carr's big carry. Dopey might have gotten flushed. Let's see. Yeah, I'll get him to put it in there again. Dopey was carrying, he was carrying some stuff. But like I say, he was my roommate for 3 nights and 4 days, and he loads up on knives. Absolutely loads up on knives. I'm trying to see if I've passed. Oh, there we are. All right, all right. Dean, that is a cool thing to do if you want a really heavy Demco. I don't think I have, my Demcos are in another case. I've got one. So this Demco is my heaviest, and these are original goat titanium scales, which are much lighter than brass, right? This is good. I mean, I can feel this. I've got a set of original goat scales on my M4 sheep's foot or shark's foot that are Cerakoted, that are a good bit lighter than the titanium scales. I've got another one of these with a clip point with Rips Garage Tech micarta scales. They're much thicker. I even had to get on eBay and order some longer screws, but they're a little thicker scale. They feel good, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend them. But I think original goat, I mean, brass looks great. It's just really heavy. Just know that it's going to add a good bit of weight to the knife, and you could probably get a brass anode titanium from Original Goat, or somebody like Original Goat. I say Original Goat because, and I know they're made in America, and I know that they what's that knife? I know that they're nice people. I spent some time. All right, guys. Y'all can laugh at me while I look. Somebody said original Odeka scales, and I don't know where I put my black Warncliffe Odeka. I have to break out my Roby Vaughn, brand new. Did the unboxing yesterday from Amazon. My S3 tie. Guys, this is a great light. There it is. I just stuck it in the wrong slot. See how easily I was able to find the Deca with my, that's Moonlight, low, medium, high, off. And it came with this little band. I don't really like it. I'm probably going to put a lanyard on it. It also came with the key thing, but it's got this little nipple on it, a little ceramic nipple, so you can use it as a glass breaker. And yeah, it's a little lighter than I thought it would be. They make one that is a little thinner, but what I love and have learned to love about these Roby Vaughns, and as you guys know, I don't do anything in onesie twosies. I've got another one over here. This one was like 34 bucks, but all of them work the same. So you've got one button. I say there's one that has 2 buttons. One's dedicated on, one's dedicated off, but it's got one button. So if I push it and hold it, it just brightly hits the torch, right? So if I'm coming home, pull off my key, push it and hold it, it comes on. So if I click it twice, it comes on. And then if I click it once, Moonlight, low, medium, high, Moonlight, low, medium, high, and then I hold it to turn it off. And this one has this little feature on the side. I don't know if you can see those diodes, but if I click it 3 times, that is a UV blood detector light. So I just clicked it 3 times and I've got this little side light. Now, if I want to turn on strobe, I click it one more time. Click it one more time. And then click it one more time. And it's an emergency light. Then I can push it and hold it and it goes off. Then, and this is the most tricky one to use, I can click it 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I get a white light for reading in my hammock, because the clip has a magnet on it too. It's kind of ingenious. I can click it on high or on low, and it's unlike moonlight mode coming out of the top. See, moonlight mode doesn't give you a lot of light. Like if I was reading in my hammock, that doesn't give me a lot of directional light. It's just enough really to see something right where I am. But if I click it 3 or 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, that light is pretty bright. And then if I want it higher, I can click it like that, stick it at the top of my hammock, read, do whatever I'm doing, and then turn it off. So anyway, that was, and then since I rarely use the side light, I thought it was a neat little deal, but I wanted one that I could just drop in my pocket. So this is the basic aluminum, same controls, push it, hold it, it's bright, click it twice, it comes on, and I can cycle through my brightnesses or turn it off. This is This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the A3 Pro. And on Amazon, I want to say it's about right under 30 or right over 30. And I stuck this little thing on it. I don't know if you can see that. This clipped into the lanyard tube. That gives it a magnetic tail cap. And then this clip, which you can turn either way. I've got this one set up so I can stick it on my cap and it'll shoot light where I'm looking. But the cap, this thing right here, is magnetic too. So you've got a magnetic clip and you've got a magnetic tail cap if you want to. And it comes with key rings and stuff. So I thought, I'm an Lite guy, right? So I've got a ton of Lites. And they all work really well. I mean, I've got everything from the baton to the little smaller ones. I've even got the one that is UV. And I've got several of the Martex, the ones you get from CountyCom. But these little guys, the form factor and the ease, my favorite light, the one that I was using forever, was my Dapper Ion. And I don't know if its brains got scrambled or if I just need to Google the owner's manual and get my settings back, because I can't get it to do anything but go low or to flicker. I do the little strobe, and I think that's because either the guts have gone bad or I don't know what I'm doing and I need to figure it out. But the little Roby vines have been great. 420, cheers, crispy critter. I'm sorry, guys. I probably missed so much. I've just been talking. I agree, Jeffrey. The Deca is pound for pound. The Ritter Hogue and the Deca are close to being pound for pound best value for the dollar. But that's why I'm so tempted to get a set of Ritter Hogue scales, full size, from Original Goat. I have 2 RSK1s. I've got one that's a user that I bought a year and a half, 2 years ago. And then I was gifted one for the first year of Knives Live. Lefty, Shane, and I were each gifted one from Doug and the other creators that has Knives Live 2021 on the blade. So it's a safe queen, right? It's a forever knife. But I would like to take the my original black OG RK, RSK, Ritter Hogue, and put some original goat scales on it. What did I miss, Dopey? Did I miss a big Cheeto? Oh, I'll definitely, if I could find it, I wouldn't have to try to find it. I can say it without even breaking up. I can almost remember. That's good to know, channel member. Take pictures or it didn't happen. Shane will at least send us pictures of him naked in the tub. It was good seeing him today. Oh, Bluminati, what kind of flavor new pup do you have, buddy? That is awesome. You don't have to apologize for that. I'll divert into another one of my favorite Blade Show experiences was meeting Diesel, Freak Show and Mrs. Freak Show's new baby, Rottweiler, that was probably 8 weeks old, 7 weeks old. And the whole time we were in the pit, Diesel laid flat on his back and slept and would come up and give people little puppy food kisses. The sweetest dog. I mean, he stole the show. So I'm curious what kind of little fur you're fighting with. I love 20CV, Jim Miller. 20CV and S90V are two of my favorite steels. Again, I'm not a steel guy. I'm not even that much of a knife guy. I just know what works for me. And I like S90V and I like 20CV. So much so. This right here isn't a grail because it's a user. But this is my mini Slim Midi Medford Marauder. But this is a rare one in an S90V. And it is sharp. But anyway, I love S90V so much so that I didn't need any more pair of twos till they came out with a different blade shape, and then they came out with that weird Bowie that I never saw get sold anywhere. I wasn't going to get a fourth pair of two. I was looking at that S90V. That was a great price. That Tiffany blue, I would have put new scales on it. No big deal. But it was a great price. He's got it keistered, Jeffrey. He's got it dry in there. And it was the Arius that I was trying to think, Bama Ninja. You know what else I can't remember? And I've lost it now in 3 videos. And y'all can maybe help me remember it. The knife, there's a knife maker who everybody loves their knives. They're sold on River's Edge Cutlery. He's out of Tuscaloosa. Said Stevie, it's his favorite knife, the 3.5. He does a flipper and an automatic. Who am I thinking of? American maker, small maker from Tuscaloosa. Stevie loves a knife. They make it an automatic. Come on, G-Ball. Spit it out there. What's the, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. But he was at Blade Show. McNeese, thank you, 5-door. You win. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He's the man. 5-door is the man. You should get something for that. I'll find something for you for that. Thank you. You know, if y'all watch my videos, which I don't blame you if you don't, because I put out one every day, but I've tried to mention the McNeese. And what do they call that knife? The McNeese 3.5. Doesn't it have a name too, or does it not? But I've tried to remember that knife, and it's one that I've loved. That it's not on my grill list, but it's kind of like Dean says, it's kind of one I'd like. And I could not remember it. And I've talked to him. He's a super nice guy. He lives 3 hours away from me. McNeese Mac 3.5. Thank you, pizza operator. Now, it would be nice if I would actually remember that, but I will definitely try to. Backpack B, my man, how are you, brother? How did I miss your logo earlier? Have you been in here? Or did you just come in? You must have just come in. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for coming by. What in the moon? What is up? I'm watching 2 different chat streams, guys. So if I shake and fall out, it just means I had a temporary seizure. I'll bounce up in a sec. I don't know. Maybe MagnaCut is. Again, that's one thing I don't know much about. Is I would write it down, Demon Hawk, but that'd be too easy. I can remember McNeese. What is his first name? Not Chris, is it? Is it Chris McNeese? Tyler McNeese? Because I was introduced to him. Super nice guy. Tactile Maverick, brand new American. That's one I was kind of interested in. But this is a perfectly subjective observation that I'm getting ready to throw out. This is not against anything. TRM has also come out with. TRM is my favorite USA manufacturer. I mentioned that in my 45-minute ramble video tomorrow. I'll talk about Marianne and Lee and what all they do for people. But anyway, they came out with a new knife. It was a blade show. It's very thin. Very much, doesn't look like it, but it was similar to the Maverick, which to me is a very thin knife. Now, I love my Rockwall. For some reason, for me personally, subjectively, the tactile turn Maverick and the new TRM, which Scotty probably knows the name of it, don't appeal to me right now. Now, that's saying nothing, because for a year, I swore the Hinderer was the ugliest knife in the world. I would never, ever own one. And 8 weeks ago, I would have bet any of you $500 and lost that I would never own a slip joint. I'm buried in slip joints. It's just, things change. And that's why I'll never say never, MagnaCut is very corrosive proof, says Todd Carr. I believe that. Bluminati, what flavor is the Tiny Terror? What is that little rascal? Is it a he or a she? I lost my German Shepherd. I didn't lose her. She went to Rainbow Bridge the Sunday of Blade Show. My mom was hanging out with her. She went to sleep at the foot of the couch. She didn't wake up. It was the best way it could have happened. She was 14 years old. The only thing that makes it sad is I wasn't here with her. But she just went to sleep. But I love furries. And that's why I'm curious what the Tiny Terror is. I need a name, man. Unless it's not named yet. I need a name. I need a sex. If it's little dog, big dog. Brent, what time are you going live, buddy? I will definitely close out of here before. I don't have to work tomorrow. So when Pocket Metal, he might jump on. Our brother, Jason Grant, is going to come on and show some stuff for a sec. He doesn't have a lot of time. But I was just going to be here hanging with you guys. But I'll jump over. T-Fetch, you didn't miss anything. The giveaways are still open. We think we're going to give away the Little Malia to start with. Everything from last weekend, from Friday. Hell, it's just Friday. I could show you my mail table over there. I shipped out 8 packages because I shipped out some scales. I shipped out several things. Shipped something to Brother Jim, but everything went out today. With my new little printer, with my new little heat transferable tiny printer that I bought a nicer one. I didn't get one as nice as Lefty's, but I spent $98 for it, and I bought some of the labels. I guarantee you it's paid for itself. But when I used to take a bag of knives down to the UPS store and have them price it out for me, I was spending $150 every time I shipped, because I'd let them get behind, because I'd have to wait. I'd have to go back through my book and see who won. I'd have to then get a label, find the box. So it was just a pain. So now, after my giveaway, 9 out of 10 times it's going to go in a Tucson box, and it goes out the door. PNW Fun Stuff channel member, welcome. My man's carrying a Cold Steel Espada, which is quite a blade, a Cold Steel Recon 1, and a Cold Steel Holdout. I've got to Google the Holdout real quick. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Well, I need to learn about that knife. Every time somebody names something, ooh. Okay, you guys probably knew what this was, and I have seen this. I was just not aware that that's what it was called. But the holdout is a slick looking knife. I know they make two sizes. I just happened to pull up the serrated one. But nice carry, P&W. Very nice. T-Fetch, the Victorinox XLT. And see, I've been looking at Victorinox. I've been looking at ASKs. I do not need one, but this is going to be a good segue. Ooh, that's the Big Daddy. Is this the one you got, T-Fetch? You can nod because I won't see it. That's that big Super Daddy. Every tool you could probably want. I like it. It'd be great for a bug out. The CS Engage. Well, I've not heard of that. You guys, I'm sorry. I should already know this stuff. CS Engage. Oh yeah, the cold steel. Is that the one that's got the Atlas lock? Let's see. I want to show you guys something in a second. Maresaw, the man, the myth, the legend, carried a pair of 3 in S90V, the lightweight with AWT scales. I bet that is sweet. Can't get it out of his pocket. I don't doubt it. A mini Adonis that I did not like the scales at all, but I picked up these AWT aluminum scales, and this has become one of my favorite knives. It's got heavy jimping. I wish this was linerless, but for what it's meant to do, this is a great knife. But I love AWT scales. Let me show you guys a quick little diversion. I don't know if y'all like multi-tools. I don't typically carry one, but I've got a Leatherman or Leatherman Skeletool that I keep in my bug out bag, and I mainly got it for the bit driver. But this is pretty simple. It's got, you could use this as a can opener, but it's a little carabiner. It's got pliers. It's got a bit that you can turn in there and flip around. And then it's got a bit holder right here, so I can carry 4 bits on this. But I'm gonna leave that bit out for now. And then when I close it up, it has got a little locking serrated knife that I'd never used. But I got this half serrated one because I figured, A, I don't do Leathermans, B, I don't do serrated knives, but I'll probably never use the blade. But what I got recently is when I went, and this is just EDC stuff. So out of the gate, when I got my Skeletool that had the bit driver, whoops. Now I took the bit out. I went ahead and I picked up the bit kit because I was an idiot, and I figured if you're going to have a bit driver, you've got to have every possible bit that you could need. And at the time, I was thinking Torx bits. But if y'all have ever seen these bit kit bits, they're not full quarter round bits. They're kind of flat, right? So I can put it in there, and the Phillips head works fine, but it's not really a real Phillips head. No harm, no foul. So what I did is I wanted a way for my bits to not flap around in my bug out bag. So they make this little thing on Amazon. It's called a ray gear. It's a little aluminum thing. And if you can see, it's got a little flap that's aluminum that sticks up, making tension. So when I stick these bits in here, listen, they lock down in there. So now I've got a thing that carries my bits that I won't be using because they're flat, because that's where we're getting to the next part. It's got a little belt clip, but I clip it inside my bug out bag. But I found this on Amazon. You're probably saying, what is that? It was expensive. It was $31. Seems like a lot of money for that, which is a tiny ratchet. What's cool about the tiny ratchet, and I don't have a bit extender, but the tiny ratchet fits in my bit holder, and that's a magnetic holder. So when I drop my little ratchet in there, a magnet holds it in there. So the holder is really cool. If I take this out, this little flat bit that doesn't do much, right? I can stick my ratchet in there. I can then go to my little titanium box. I can break out my Weeha T8 bit. I can stick it in my little ratchet. I can hit the little switch, go back the other way. How cool is that? This little guy right here is probably one of the slickest. I like metal shiny stuff. I like knives, but I thought this was so cool. If you've got a Leatherman that's got a bit holder and you like having bits and you like screwing on stuff with bits, I can handily recommend that, and I can handily recommend the bit holder. I think they're both pretty cool. Cool enough to break out a Leatherman and show you guys during a live stream, because I'm not a multi-tool guy. I rarely am. But the Skeletool small, it lives in my little Maxpedition bug out bag, and then my bit holder goes in the middle with all my bits, and then I've got other stuff in there. But while I'm thinking about it, and I know I'm in the middle of pocket dumps, I wanted to show y'all this pocket, or this petrified fish that I said earlier remind me to show you guys. Have y'all seen this yet? The petrified fish clip, money clip. That is a little sharp there, sharp there. It's not chisel ground or flat ground on both sides. This is a box destroyer. It's titanium with a liner lock. You can use it as a money clip if you want to. I don't, because when you put money on it sideways, it just looks funky. But it makes a good pocket clip. And it's a front flipper that's got this just wicked little blade. And I really enjoy this little box opener. But I found it at White Mountain Knives. It's a strange bird, but it is the petrified fish cash clip. And I guess, I don't know how, if you had money in there, you would deploy it. And it's not very defensive, although that at the end is every bit as sharp as that. I mean, they're both just perfectly sharp blades. But for opening a package, this thing is killer. But that's my unique stuff. Let's get down and see where I went. Is G-Ball still in the shower with his nose? Welcome, Florida. Alabama's been constitutional carry, and it's a blessing. Dean, you've been trying to find a gray man, Saitu, for a minute with no luck. Have you asked brother in the community, put his eyes on one for you, Saitu Dave, to see if he'd keep his eyes out for you to try to find you one? Blade Ogre, don't you love those scales? of the minimalist I've got, which is this big false design. But I love the Flytanium scales. It makes me want to get another minimalist, like a drop point, to put those scales on. My Carter for 22 bucks is a great deal, and it makes the knife so much more handleable for me. I hope so, Craig. I hope it goes well, Buttered. No P&W fun stuff. We've heard nothing from the elusive Walker. We had a new visitor in here earlier who was chatting, who I hope comes back, because I told him that's exactly what I ask people to do. You're welcome to creep all you want, but just say hi to somebody, have a short engagement, so you're not a stranger if you win. Greg. I bet tie would be cool. Now, Flytania might have tie now, but the ones that I got were the micarta. Jimmy couldn't have been a bot. He was communicating. He was in real time communicating. I don't think he could have been a bot. I think he was a kid, and he knew he was just there for the knife. And yeah, I bet he was a young kid too, and he knew he was going to get called out. But we've got that here too. It's a great night. I'll give away to you guys. I want to show y'all something, then I'll keep going back to. I ordered this last week because I've fallen in a slip joint rabbit hole. And I've had great luck with Viper knives, fixed blades. I've got a Viper Little 1 and Little 2. They're some of my favorite EDC fixed blades. But this is called the Viper Twin. It's a slippy. They have it in all kinds of configurations. You can get it in dark matter carbon fiber. You can get it in micarta, different colors. You can get it in G10. You can get it in an ivory color. You can get it with a bolster at the front and a bolster at the back. You can get it with just the front bolster and then your scale material going all the way back. But I picked this green one out. It has got a super strong walk and talk. It is M390. It is quickly becoming one of my favorite slip joints. It is super slicey. And again, the walk and talk is just a winner. And it comes with this weird Viper Knives taco sheath that I just dropped in my pocket. But so hopefully that's my last slit joint. I say that every time I buy one. No, I've got the Tucson inbound from White Mountain Knives when they came back in stock. Then I'll be done. Walker's Texas Stranger. That's a fact. Jim Miller, I have a CRK Kiss. CRKT's Kiss 2, or I did. I might have already given it away. Was yours serrated? Mine was serrated. So it looked very much like that petrified fish, but it's a chisel grind where the blade slides out and there's no scale on the other side. Is that how yours is? Now, Dopey, that's funny. I hope Pocket Metal's listening. I hope he's watching, and I hope he jumps in here to defend himself, because that is very funny. What's Luxon? I'm interested. I've got Jason at Brass Brigade making me a little 5-inch fixed blade, and I'm having Ultim put on the handles because his weight relief that he does in his handle is a coffin, which is one of his little, I guess, brand marks that he's always had. So I want to be able to see that, but I'm not sure I know what Lexan is. Is it a synthetic? Is it clear? The spec. Oh, Chip. What is the spec? I know it. Is it a... Oh. What is the spec, buddy? Marisol, those A.G. Russell catalogs are just a blast into my childhood. They've got a website now that looks just like that. I mean, just like it. Oh, Chip, I'm glad, brother. I'm so glad. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you win tonight. We'll probably do more than one. It is uh, Independence Day. Sipping on an iced tea from the best drive-thru ever. Hi, Tio. Never been there, man. What part of the world are you in, fifth door or five door? Jim, that's my dad's the one that got the catalog, and he used to. I think I've got a fixed blade that's still in a safe that he keeps his shotguns in that I used to carry dove hunting. It is absolutely a great little knife. Absolutely, Ginger Fisher. One of my favorite tunes is "People Are Strange." All right, guys, give me 2 seconds. I gotta let the predator in. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, I remember OTIP, buddy. My knives don't have homes. They're just waiting for the right owners. Is Bear and Sons USA, Michael Morgan, Mimo? I'm hoping I'm getting close. If you repost it, I'll read it. I can read it in a minute and a half. I mean, I can remember watching Cutlery Corner on cable. I never ordered anything from there, but I can remember thinking, man, that's the best deal ever. How can they do that? Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Are any of y'all on Rumble? Is that what it's called? All right, I'm Googling it now because I watched your video and it looked very good. I don't want the titanium. I had a rotary dial phone. When I was a kid, if I wanted to talk to my buddies, I had to sit in the dining room. We had one phone. It was a rotary phone. When I got to high school or maybe middle school, 7th or 8th grade, I was able to get my parents to put a phone line in my room. I thought I was free. I had a line that they could listen to me talk about shit. Beer and Sons in Alabama makes a lot of slippies out of the knives. This is Sons of Louisiana. Thank you, Blade Ogre. I did not know that. I did not know that. Whoa, did y'all just see that jump? She's nuts, man. Ed Harrison, I'm just going through here. Be up, be up. Howdy, Tactical Terry. What is up, my man? Y'all, I wish we could You know what we could do? If somebody throws a channel up here, we could all go sub to people's channels for a little bit. I can't pull comments from there to do a giveaway, but I'll still do giveaways. I'd love for us to go give somebody some love. And you don't even have to put my name in it. I started when I don't know if y'all have this happen, but my feed will get new knife content people. Some of them I jam with their stuff, some of them I don't. I absolutely subscribe to all of them. Brother, no cap at it. I don't sell to my friends. Send me your email address. Email me your address. I might already have it. It's a Mannix 2. It's not an XL. I will find them. It might take me a little while to find them because they're in a Spyderco box in my closet. So that's one where I have to find the actual box. But just done, man. Just send me an email to Knives Live 2021 and put Mannix liners in the subject, my man. Just because I have no memory, no short-term memory. And I'll pin that email address. All right, Dopey was carrying the Civivi Elementum Fix, Mini, and Desert Warrior. Boker Kalishnikov XXL, Desert Warrior, Custom Sprinkle NO Ontario Tie 22, Boker Joker Sub Kalishnikov, a regular Kalishnikov, the Ritter Hogue Fix, and he was carrying the Ritter Hogue Folder, the Tempest Pinion with an acid wash blade that looks awesome, an Ethan Grow EF902, Kaiser Elgon, the CDC coin, Blade HQ dot coin, 4 force tanks, 3 health tanks, pink lighter, a pry bar, wallet, headphones, keys, and phone. And I know my man was carrying that. DDQ's knife is in his shoes. Dopey, send me an email too. I'll pin it because you got to remind me of shit like that. I'll throw stuff out and then I'll say something and it'll strike a memory and I'll forget it again. So please, please, please. Yeah, but I found it. Send me your email. Send me your address. Email me. Backpack B, thank you, brother. This community saved my life, and I know because the conversations that you and I've had that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can I poke you? You can't jump up there. There's coffee up there. Thank you, guys. I'm wrestling a cat. Oh, guess who's here, guys? Give me just a second, and we'll look at some really, really cool stuff. Thumbs up me if you can hear me and you want me to make you live, my man. Awesome. Guys, welcome Jason Grant.
Hi. Sorry, I was trying to set this shit up.
Dude, you don't ever have to apologize. Thank you for joining the stream and sharing your cool shit.
Yeah, thank you. So what's up? What are you guys talking about?
Say what?
What are you talking about?
Oh, we were just shooting smack, man. We weren't really talking about anything. We were just going down through, finished everybody's carries.
Oh, cool.
And we're just kind of kicking it. We're talking about the community and how it's enriched our lives. Backpack B and I were talking about how it essentially saved our lives at different points of the game.
Yeah, I mean, definitely helped saving mine, that's for sure.
A lot of positivity for sure. A lot of negativity too, but at the same time, it's all good. How have you been, buddy?
Good. Just went to the shop, did some tattoos today, just a couple. I have some Marine clients. They come out here to Camp Pendleton or 29 Palms, and then they start getting tattooed by me. And then when they're getting ready to finish up their, I don't know, their tour, you know, they come out here to train and do all that stuff. And then they stay down here for 2 to 4 years.
Right.
And then they'll go back home, you know. And today I was just finishing up a sleeve I did on one of these guys. He came to me with no tattoos, and he left with 2 full sleeves after 4 years.
Hey, if I lived within any kind of distance to you, I would save knife money and I would absolutely leave with two sleeves.
Hey, I
You
would
guys
enjoy
aren't
doing it.
following Jason. I've got his brass brigade on the screen, but I'm going to show y'all something here real quick while he gets ready. Because this is the art that I feel he takes to his knives.
I try to.
You do, dude. But guys, we looked at this 2 weeks ago, I think, and it just blew me away. I instantly
You
followed it.
didn't know for a while that I tattooed, did you?
I knew you tattooed. I absolutely knew you tattooed. I had no idea the skill with which you tattooed. And I know a lot of people are great tattoo artists, but when you talk about shading, like when you were talking to me about how you use your tattooing techniques to do metal finishing, I
Yeah.
knew what it did on metal finishing. I had no idea the detail of your shading on skin. So when I've looked at these pictures, it's just, I mean, next level, dude. I mean, I don't know what people in the audience think, but I've seen, I've watched the tattoo shows with the people that are supposed to be famous, that are supposed to be the best of the best.
Right.
And I mean, I'd put you up against any of them, dude. I mean, it's so crisp. The lines are, and you do dots.
Yeah, a lot of my black and white tattoos are black and gray. Like go to that Reaper right there. Oh, that look, I got my this was on a Marine and he let me put a Medford Praetorian. The little alien guy's holding a Praetorian.
I love it.
Yeah. I always sneak knives and like whenever I can sneak a little knife in the tat, like if it's on, something where a knife, is in the mix, I always try to throw like a couple tattoos have little grippers in them. You know what I mean?
I love it, dude. I mean, but the work is just so freaking, I mean, it looks like a press on. It looks like it's just supposed to be there.
Yeah, I mean some of them like that one right there, they brought me like some kind of like not the greatest design and I just kind of redrew it. Some I drew, some are like from reference, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, guys. I'm going to put this in the chat and I'm going to pin it so Jason can show knives. But if you guys like art and cool ass shit, I would give Jason Grant Tattoos a follow. You're back, buddy.
Cool.
Can I make you big so we can look at your knives, your grippers, and your trippers?
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
And I'm not ignoring any of you guys. I see you over
Oh
there
yeah.
chatting away.
I can only be on for about 10, 15 minutes. I just wanted to come in and, say hi, hang
No,
out with
dude, I'm
you.
glad you did. As far as I look at it, you're one of the main reasons I love knives.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, the V2, this guy, the Gripper V2. I'm gonna try to have this pre-order go up sometime in the summer. Uh just gonna make a couple small changes to it, but nothing big. Um, although I was thinking, and I wanted to ask your guys' opinion. So this is the Gripper V2, right? I was
Yep.
thinking about because look at this is it next to a regular gripper. It's a little bit shorter, a little fatter, has a full flat grind instead of a hollow grind. But you see, it's smaller, but it's not crazy smaller, right?
And I love the coffin deployment hole.
Yeah, dude, yeah, that's a must. All my knives moving forward will have the coffin. Um, but I was thinking about doing this knife, but this size. See how this one's about
Ah,
so this exact same knife, same thick, even though it would be shorter and smaller, I would still do the same, you know, thicker
G-lock.
blade stock. Oh yeah, the G lock is absolutely happening. Um, I mean, you know about that. Um, but just making it smaller only because this is just so close to the size of the gripper. You know what I'm saying? So
I
it would it would be like between the size of the Tripper and then, you know, the original gripper. If we did it this size, see? Look, let me show you. Here, let me just do an original one. See how it's right in between?
Yes. And that's like a 3.2-inch blade or 3-inch blade?
On this guy?
Yeah, on the middle one.
Shit, that's a good question, dude. Hold on, hold on.
What do you guys think? You like the size like it is, Chris?
So yeah, like this one, this prototype, again, it's like, I mean, dude, it's close to the gripper, but it is shorter. But
Because the gripper is a 4-inch blade, right? I've got my tape right here. Hold on.
The gripper is no. The gripper is like, call it, if you're measuring from say the into the scale to the tip, it's like a little over 3.5 inch with 3.25 inch cutting, cutting area. So just call it 3.5 inch, right? From the, the scale to the tip.
I do not think anybody now. Steve Coperlight likes medium. Steve, I think you would see that the gripper that Jason thinks is too close to the size. I
Yeah,
think
this
it is a good size.
Oh no, I do now personally, I do like this size. However, I'm just speaking in terms of, people that are actually going to maybe buy it.
That's
It
what I'm
is
thinking. Mass appeal.
it's very close to the gripper size. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So I feel like if we did the V2 but did it just a touch smaller, cuz it's smaller, but it wouldn't, see, it's what, half inch maybe? Wait. Yeah, about a half inch.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, Jason, with as few of people who have handled that knife, making it a little smaller, what is going to blow everybody away is the ergonomics. And I noticed the smaller one has that generous front finger area and the way it
Yes.
locks up. I mean, I don't think anyone would say, "Oh, I wish it had been just a little bit bigger."
Well, what's crazy is, so this one never got made. I made the prototype. I designed this knife literally like the same time I designed the original gripper, but then John from EMP EDC, he released his nimble, the Warren Cliff, nimble,
Right.
and it just looked too close. So, and I had started the prototype with BezTech before that knife even thought about coming out. But
Sure.
because his was finished first, just sort of out of respect to him, this just looked too close to that knife. So I just never even didn't really post much about it. I think I posted that I wasn't going to be making it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I posted that I was going to make it, and then the nimble warning or whatever came out, and then I was just over it because it looks like its little brother, which is not a bad thing. That's a great knife. I just didn't want to. It was just too close. Does that make sense?
It does. Well, you're very particular, and I would say almost to the point of that's why I'd love to see you do drops because you're so artistically involved in everything you do.
But anyways, but I do really like this size. Let me show you real quick. So if we did the V2 with the G lock system that you know about, how the spine of the blade locks up with the whole backspacer plus an internal stop pin. So it's like a double stop, right? So to speak. I mean, that's just over 7 inches, with a 3.25 inch long blade. Actually, it's actually right at 3 inches.
So you said it's 7 inches overall?
Yeah, just a hair over 7.
That's
With
perfect. The
yeah,
nimble, the OG nimble is right at 7 inches total length.
yeah. So this guy, but done that size, I think would be ideal. That's it.
I don't disagree at all. Because again,
Here,
it's gonna have the same pattern as the V2. It's just gonna be
here, so you can see the same colors of the. So this knife, this size.
Guys, that's going to put it a quarter of an inch bigger than the OG Nimble. And then you've got the original gripper besides that. So you are looking at
Yeah,
a
it's
real.
see, look at that. Next to the original gripper, dude, I think that's the perfect size, man.
I don't disagree. I think you're right. I think you're onto something.
Again, I do love this one, and I'll obviously keep that one for myself, but it's just so close to the original gripper. I just don't, if you already have a gripper, if I was, the consumer, the fucking customer, I would maybe be like, well, I like it, but God, it's awfully close to a gripper. You know what I mean?
To what I've already got. Yeah, that
Right.
makes perfect sense. And for you to see that objectively, you would never, now that you've made that observation, I don't think you would be fully satisfied
No, I wouldn't.
releasing it in its prototype form. I think you have to change it.
Yeah, and then it's I will say what sucks about that is now I have to spend the money to have this knife made because they won't. I wish it was as easy as just saying, "Oh, I want the gripper V2, but let's do it the exact same size as the first gripper," because this was the first gripper V2. But
Right.
then, like I said, I decided, because it was too close to the nimble. Um, but yeah, they basically, to cover their ass, they'd have to make me a whole new prototype. This knife, this size. I'd have to approve it, and then they would start production. But I'd rather wait a month or two longer to get something that's just going to be, that much sweeter than not.
Well, especially with the freshness of the tripper, you've got the time. It's just, do you think since you've got a relationship with them that they would work with you on something like that, where you didn't have to come out of pocket if they
No,
knew
I would definitely have to come out of pocket.
they don't look at the long term that you're about to order a bunch of those?
Oh no, no, they're all business. They're all business. And what's crazy is, um, thank God that I think I talked to you last time we met up. I went with BezTech. It had nothing to do with cost. I told you I ordered knives from various different knife designers slash makers that had them OEM by different companies like Riot, BezTech, QSP, right? I bought 3 or 4 of each of those OEMs by different designers. Um, and I didn't think about cost. I just went with what I liked the best in terms of fit and finish. And I went with BezTech. But I'm glad I did because Riot was even more than BezTech. BezTech is like second in terms of cost. Does that make sense?
Yes, and Riot, I think Best Tech has eclipsed Riot in quality because Riot has gotten themselves so bogged down that they're not able to give it the same amount of attention.
Oh, I don't know
Funny
what it
thing, they're
is.
not on the site right now because Jason's making sure, Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, he's got all of the other trippers out, and then they're going to come back on the site as a live drop.
Yeah, they'll be on the site in the next couple days. I was talking to you earlier. I haven't got my website guy. He might be out of the country, dude. He does oh God. He's like a church guy. He does stuff out of he
Mission
like
work.
yes, exactly. So, and when I messaged him earlier, his notifications, you know how like when you text someone it says the notifications are turned off? But regardless, they'll be on the website this week. I was going to try to have them up tomorrow, but they'll definitely be on the site this week. And I'm going to try to add Sizzle too this week.
And the great thing is they're in the country. You've fulfilled your pre-order and they're going to
Yeah.
be on your site for sale.
Yeah. They'll be on the site to order. And then now that I have them in my, in hand, they ship as long as it's Monday through Friday. They ship like if you ordered right now, it would ship tomorrow. Well, if it wasn't the 4th of July, you know what I mean?
Hey,
Ship.
Jason, got a question from Cheeto Bandito asking if you sell fixies with no sheath, if they plan to get a leather sheath made for one.
Yeah. I tell them to go to Lancelot Leather and have a slip made.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I can. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fine. And depending on the person, they do ship with a Kydex sheath. However, I do always suggest to get a leather slip made, and I always refer them to Lancelot Leather or any good slip maker. But I always tell them to go to Lancelot Leather.
Yeah,
Personally.
Joe's had a lot of experience with your knives, and I think he's got the prowess to work around some of your awesome shapes. But
Yeah, I
your
mean this
Kydex has gotten so
this is the
intense.
Kydex that it comes with. I do jimping on my Kydex. I kind of Gucci it out a little bit. It's all form fitted, like super tight. You know.
Demonoc, mine didn't either, but I got one early before Jason was making sheaths. So neither one of my J Cows. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, my first. It took a while, man. Kydex is not as easy as I thought it would be, so it definitely took some trial and error. I definitely messed a lot up, but I finally got it down where I feel pretty good about them now. You know.
And they retain and they're not dangerous. They're comfortable.
Oh yeah, they retain. Like there's, yeah, like there's, yeah, they're good, dude.
But yeah, Demonoc, I'm sending mine to Joda. And I'm going to do them one at a time. I'm going to have him do the cleaver first.
But at first, my
Okay, good
Kydex.
question.
What's up?
He's asking if you ever plan to build a chopper. And I know
Oh,
you got some mini choppers.
ugh. Yeah, I actually did make one a couple months ago. It was, dude, it was like, I want to say it was 11 inches long. It was, dude, it was like as long as this with about a 4-inch grip. And I had like a 7-inch long hand. I don't know. It was crazy. I think it's on my Instagram somewhere.
Very
But
nice. I'll look for it while you show stuff.
is that what you're talking about? Like a chopper, like, I don't know, like this, but with a straight blade and bigger, right? Is that what
Like
he's
a big
talking?
cleaver.
Like this, if it had a straight blade, right? Sometimes they have a hole in them,
I think so.
like this, but bigger. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. Dissident, is that right?
Or like one of these guys, maybe. These aren't
Like the
finished.
big one of those dudes that you could literally.
Chop stuff and not worry
Yeah,
about
Dean
the.
Griffin said, I thought he meant a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, I would definitely kill myself on a bike right now.
Dude, I'm so glad I sold mine when I did.
But yeah, I mean, something like I would. I mean, does he mean a knife or a bike? Because a bike,
No,
no. Knife, yes.
he means yeah. He said yeah. So I think you're showing
Okay.
him what he means, just in a bigger, like one you could take out in the backyard and really do some hacking with, right?
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
looking
make.
on your IG to see if I see that big one that you made before.
It's so. Yeah, dude. It's it was okay. It was like when I first started making the fixed blades. Um,
Right?
I think it has a
Is this it?
satin bevels with like
Let me
like
share
acid.
this. Tell me if this is it.
It's like my first or second big knife that I did.
That's a small knife there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a small one. Oh,
My
this
bad.
this thing's blade was that long.
Have you whipped out any more battle bars? I'm going by those.
Oh no, I made one for the guy over at Taurus CNC, the guy that made my latest and greatest grinder, dude, the sickest 2x72 grinder on the planet.
I
Uh,
just passed it. We just
I
passed it.
made,
It's awesome.
yeah, the last battle bar I made was for him.
See, these are early Kydex sheaths right here, Demon Knock.
Yeah,
Now,
those
my
are,
buddy A to Z got one of those, and Doom got one of those.
yeah, they're not that great. And I'll be the first one to tell you that.
Yeah, they look awesome now. I'm gonna find that big chopper.
Yeah, it's keep going. Let me see. I'm looking with you. I feel like you're getting, well,
Look at
what's
that
that?
long thing.
That guy.
Look at that. That's like a 12-inch blade, isn't it?
It's, yeah, I want to say the whole thing was like 11 inches long. Wait, I mean, it was big, dude. It was I just wanted someone wanted a big chopper, and I had never made one, so that was my first attempt.
Dude, you're so
First time.
talented. I mean, I know you
There's
take it
your,
as
isn't that
just,
yours? Didn't you just pass yours? Is that yours right there?
yep. No, nope, that's not
No.
it. Mine's blackwash, unless it's blackwashed after. I think mine was earlier.
Yeah, maybe. And then those are some of my first ones. Cause you guys know I haven't even making fixed blade knives for not even a year.
No, I mean, I would say 7 months, maybe. Because
Yeah, it's
here's mine. No, that's not mine, but mine's
that's
very
one of my
similar to that.
first ones. Now you're getting into my very first ones. I can tell just by the shooting pictures that are your
Well, I'll
past.
show you. You had one up, the first knife I got from you that was a fixed blade. You threw it up on the site and you'd made it out of
Oh,
scrap metal and it's tiny, hollow grind. And it was
oh,
40.
look, go up. Look, no, you went too far. Look, see the grind? Is that a grinder right there on the ground?
Uh,
Higher. No, you're going, yeah, the other way. Is that a grinder? I can't see because
that
I'm on.
is.
Okay, so this is when I started making knives. I got that grinder and then I started making them after. So yeah, there won't be knives I made below that. Literally, the knives that come up right now, whatever ones you see, were my very first knives. Like
And
that
they don't
little,
look like anybody's very first knives. I mean, that is,
like that. That's my very first satin grind. That's my first satin grind I ever tried. Right there.
well done, mission accomplished. And like
And
I
that's my
said,
first Tonto. Right there. See it? Go back that Tonto. See it?
compound, yep.
That's my first compound grind I ever did.
And no templates, just eyeballs.
No, freehand. No, I didn't even use Dicom or I didn't use layout fluid or jigs. That's all just with a piece of steel. Yeah,
Wish
every
I could
knife you
find
see.
I wish I could find that little one you threw up. You might have taken it
I
down.
remember. No, I don't think I did take it down. The little one I sold you for like $40.
Yeah, I've got it. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna grab it.
It's got to become. Oh, right there. Is that it to the right? Oh no,
That
that one I made right after yours, I think.
yep. Sit tight. It won't take me 2 seconds.
Where'd he go? He left us. Welcome to the Brass Brigade live stream.
Dude, I love this little knife.
Yeah,
Let me show it to you.
I was about to take over your show just now.
You can, man. You're
Nah, I'm
welcome.
joking,
I
dude.
won't ghost you here for long, but this little guy right here, guys,
Oh yeah.
just a little organic handle.
Does that have a little hollow grind? It
It's
does,
this
huh?
kind of wicked hollow grind, dude.
Yeah, dude. That so I
And it's got
did that.
the thicker tip,
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I try to make all my tips a little bit thicker on all my knives.
but
The
it's
fixed
got
blade,
the mosaic pins in
the little
both.
guys.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
That
dude,
was totally just a piece of scrap that I saw was big enough to make a little knife, so I did.
and that is what locked me in because even though this is smaller, this is the size that I go for in my carry.
Yeah, I like that one, dude.
It's great, dude. I mean, everything you do is great. I'm gonna make you big again.
Cool. I so this knife I'm going to show you, this is a fixed blade. I really have been liking these guys, like this blade shape, just a simple, you know.
Compound.
Yeah, this one I
Dude,
actually made for me, but we'll see. Once I put scales on it, if someone wants it, I'll probably sell it to them. But I'm not really happy with this side. It's fine. It's just the finish is a little bit wonky. I could refinish it though, but I think I'm going to actually keep this one and just like use and abuse it and see how it holds up, you know?
it looks
Yeah.
fantastic. I mean, dude, it looks like you had a machine do that. I just can't believe that you do that just by grinding away everything that doesn't look cool as shit.
Yeah, it's really hard to get that line to be, you know.
So that one's thicker towards the heel and thinner
Uh
towards the tip.
Yeah, so flat grind back here, hollow grind from the center out.
Chris
You know,
Hole's asking what that one's made out of. Do you know?
this one,
Hmm.
this one is 80 CRV2.
Gotcha.
I also have what's the other steel I have right now? CPM 154, and then I have some S35 VNs left too. I'm gonna do, what was the steel? I'm gonna have some made. I'm gonna do a limited run of Magna Cut just because
Magna
a lot of,
Cut.
I'm gonna do that, and then the, what is it, S90V?
S90V is the one that's super popular right now.
Yeah, I might just do that because I don't know, man.
I
I
think
don't
the
know.
heat treat's more forgiving on S90V, but I could be wrong.
And that's why I think I'm gonna try that first. I'm definitely getting better at my heat treats. I do it all in my garage. I have like a Paragon heat treat oven, like a kit, like an actual, like a good heat treat
Yeah.
oven. But I'm just, I'm still learning. So, but I definitely have gotten significantly better with my heat treats. Because I do take, whenever I have like a what I call a throwaway knife, I will take it, put an edge on it. Like if it's a knife I'm just not happy with, I'm not going to sell, and I will abuse the shit out of them. And the ones that I've tested in the last, say, month and a half have held up quite a bit better than the ones I was doing even 5 months ago. And I
I
do
mean,
like all the weird tests, like try to like take a like a 16 penny nail and literally take a 2x4 and cut the nail, shit like that.
to see how much imprint it'll leave or how much damage
Yes,
it'll do, whether it chips
correct.
or rolls.
It usually will just do like a little micro dent. Does that make sense?
It
Like a
does.
little, yeah. But as like 4 or 5 months ago, it would do the same thing, but a little more. So I think I'm getting it down a little better now.
Dude,
Because
for
just,
anybody who hasn't handled one of those knives, the handle is a work of just functional
oh,
art.
here's that vintage finish one you like, the 5 inch.
That's just gorgeous.
I
I mean,
like this.
that strapped on your belt, appendix style, or in a pocket dropper, you'd never reach for your folder. You wouldn't have to.
Yeah, I really
Chris
like this.
Hall asked if you have any plans on using 14C28N.
No, but I could try it. I haven't heard, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I usually will use steels that people ask me about, often. Um, that's why I tried, CPM 154. Also because I know that that's a very reliable steel. It's easy to heat treat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, but I of course I look up like what's his name, Laren Thomas, the knife nerds guy.
yeah.
I usually look up his suggestions on how to heat treat. Um, and I'm sure I haven't yet, but I'm sure I will. So what I do is when I order my I have water jet knives cut my blanks for me. Every time they do a run, I usually have them make me, 80 CRV2, and then I'll do some sort of stainless, right? Um, I think next time I'm going to do what I was telling you, the S90V,
Hmm.
do a little run of those. And then on the stainless, I usually do on the stainless, I'll go a little bit thinner than I do on the carbon steel.
Makes sense.
Just a little, like not a lot, but just a little bit thinner. Because whenever I'm using the carbon steel, I'm thinking more like camp knife, like something you don't care if it gets patinaed and a little bit, fucked up, right?
Right.
Um, the stainless, I'm feeling like is more for guys that actually want to, carry it every day, maybe actually use it as an EDC knife. I feel like stainless is good because, you're going to use it for everything. And,
Yeah, and
the
in an urban
stainless,
environment, stainless is gonna stay
right.
up fine.
And that's why I have stainless, just for people that actually want to, carry one of these. And that's why when people order them from me, I'll ask them, like, is this going to be something you just, have in your toolbox, you use every once in a while camping, or are you actually going to run this thing, like on the
Right.
daily? And if they say they're going to actually use it, I will suggest stainless just because little less, maintenance.
Right. You see
But
Turner's question?
uh In Dana, it's right next to Hennessy's on PCH and Golden Lantern, right next to Hennessy's. It used to be called Ray Gun Tattoo. It's the oldest tattoo shop in South Orange County. It's been
Those
there
pictures
for.
on your Instagram, you guys, if you go follow Jason Grant Tattoos and you scroll down through his feed, you'll see that old building when it was just, I mean, it looks like a historic landmark.
Oh no, that's where I learned how to tattoo. That building has been there since 1917. That's where I learned. I know what you're talking about. That's the guy, the old guy I'm with in the pictures with the long ass
Right.
beard. He's the guy that taught me how to tattoo. The place
Patina
I
says he
work
knows
at.
exactly where that is because he's in Costa Mesa.
Oh yeah. Costa Mesa. Yeah. I've worked all over Orange County, so yeah. We have a shop also in Huntington Beach. Used to be HB Tattoo. It's now True at Heart. We own it now.
Chris Hole's really liking what you're showing off. He's thinking you might get him in the fixie realm not too long.
Dude, get one of these with the sweet. You got to get the sweet Kydex. You got to specifically ask me for some trick Kydex because I like to get wicked with this shit.
I'm excited to see what you start dropping when you do your weekly drops. I think that'll be just awesome. I think
Yeah,
it'll
I'm
be
gonna.
in
It's
people's
just gonna
hands.
be. It's just gonna be easier to do it that way. And then also sometimes, not everyone, but sometimes when people want a custom fixed blade, they're like, I want like blue fat carbon with a set, and it's like, dude, sometimes it just doesn't look good, man. I'm just like, this is gross, dude. Like, and you can't, and it's like a tattoo, right? Like you can't tell someone that their tattoo idea is stupid.
Or
You
that
just
their
have to.
baby's ugly.
Right. It's like, oh, your baby's so ugly, like, but you have to be able to, like, in a nice way, sway them to maybe make just enough changes to where you're both happy, right? Like you're happy doing it and they're happy getting it. Does that make sense?
It does.
I've only had that happen a couple times with the fixed blade knives, but there's two that come to mind that where I'm like, I would never make that knife again.
And it's just not as much fun, is it, when you're dealing with that and you know it's going against your gut?
Yeah. I would rather just make sweet little, Altum with that weird fucking battle worn finish. Sometimes I'll do like the.
Show that cough and weight relief in that Ultim one again.
Sometimes I'll do the fucking
I love that.
yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but
No, you can see it. It's awesome. Um, Mayor Salt says you must be a neighbor of Emerson's Knives. Are you close to those guys?
Emerson, yeah, aren't they? Are they in Placentia? Who's in Placentia? Oh, I think Protect is in Placentia. But yeah, I think Emerson's pretty close over here too.
Dude, those are just awesome knives. I mean, all of them. I can't believe how many fixed blades you've gotten out since you just started tinkering.
Yeah, yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna stick to like what I like this type of finish. You know what I'm saying? Um, God, what was that color? What do I call my gray? I always forget.
Uh, Not Brigade Gray.
No, Brigade Black.
Grant, is it?
Oh, I can't believe I can't remember, dude. But yeah, that gray.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. You have an eye for what people like me, and I'm sure a lot of other people that would want to call you and say, "Hey, I want this," but we second guess ourselves, so we don't know if we're asking for something cool. Whereas I think all three of the knives I've gotten from you, you showed them on Instagram, and I was like, "I love that knife." So,
Yeah,
you
like I want
know,
to do shit like this, dude. Like I don't know. I just like the especially on a folder. I like this type of blade, but on a fixed blade, I just feel like this like super high grit satin finish is just not fucking. You know, it
Demonox
just
said battle gray. Is that it?
yeah. Fuck, I can't remember, dude. I'm so smoked out. I'm sorry.
And Crispy Critter's asking, I would answer this for him, but I'm going to let you answer it. He says, "Do you enjoy sharpening?"
No, I absolutely. That's the one part of making knives that I just don't like. Um, I'm an instant gratifications guy, right? So like so what I do, I just use my 2x72 grinder, and I'll usually use like a worn out 220 grit belt or a 320 belt. I'll put like that angle on it, right? Don't ask me the degrees because I don't know. Um, and then hit it on like like a polishing strop bat or whatever. I'll use like the coarse, medium, and fine, and then that's it. You see, well, you've had my knives. You know what I'm talking about.
Dude,
It's
yes.
one. It's one area I feel like I want to improve on. I want to. I mean, they cut. Don't get me wrong; they're sharp, but I wouldn't say I'm like a sharpening master.
But you don't have to allot that kind of time. And this is me speaking from
Are
personal
you?
experience, and
You
I'm
said just to.
strange, but I love to sharpen. So when I get a knife in that's not very sharp, I immediately put it on my TS Prof, find out what the sharpening angle is, and decide if I want to stay with that. But
I just rebladed this. You know, cardboard, thin cardboard. But yeah, I definitely don't like love sharpening or anything.
yeah, Jeffrey Dawson just mentioned that Kyle Coonley, the guy I told you about, put wicked edges on both of his J Cals. I don't know where Kyle lives, but you guys might be able to work together. It just seems like it would be a pain to go through a whole nother step.
Oh, I mean, dude, if it, I forget who I was talking to. I'm sorry too, because I talk to a lot of people, between the tattoos and the knife stuff. Um, is that who I was talking to about maybe sharpening some of my J cals for
Yep,
me? I met him on
yep,
your show.
yep.
Is that the same guy?
So,
Yeah,
dude,
dude. I definitely, yeah, that I already want to reach out to him on my next batch. Probably these actually. All these ones right
I'll
here.
get him to reach out to you. I don't think he's in here tonight, but I
Yeah,
talk
I
to him
think
pretty much
he
daily.
did, but I get so many messages sometimes if I don't, put it in my phone in my cell, like, you know what I mean?
They get
Uh,
lost.
they get lost in the sauce. Yeah, but like I would love to send that guy like 5 or 6, J Cals and have him use his wicked edge on him just to, you know, that's just the one I just don't I enjoy creating doing like the grinds and the bevels and like the spine work, and I like doing the finishing.
Well,
I'm
that
even
makes sense.
starting to like making the scales now, and at first the scales were like the least fun, right? But now I'm actually liking the scales. Like, this is just a texture G10, but you can't even see the pins in it.
No.
See how you
So
can't see the
you
pins?
sand him in?
Yeah, they're black G10 pins on black G10, but they're completely, you can't see them. I mean, do you
Man,
see them?
that's just unbelievable. So you sanded that so smooth that you can't even see the circular.
Yeah, so I get those textures in on a 3/4 inch little contact wheel. Um, and then what I do is I tape off the blade, and then I get like 1,000 grit sandpaper, and I just basically wrap it around like this and just go like that for about 2, 3 minutes. And it breaks all the hard edges on all that texturing. So it's just like butter in your hand. There's
And you
no
probably had to learn
uh,
that from just trying it,
trial and error. Yeah, totally. But
dude.
yeah, the scales are getting better, dude. I'm starting to be able to make them a lot faster now. I still got to do the final pass on this blade. That's why they get scratched up from making the Kydex. Some guys tape their blades. I just hit them on the grinder again after I make the Kydex.
Well, that's
If they're
smart
set.
because you keep the tight retention of the Kydex, and you were
Yes,
saying that it just
correct.
lets you get it sized right, and then you can go back and finish it.
Yeah, because on camp knives are one of those knives. I personally,
Take
I
care,
don't
Jim. We're
care.
getting ready to blow out here shortly, but we're going to have a giveaway before you go.
Yeah, I don't care if my camp knives have like a little bit of wear on them. I think they look cooler, personally, but that's just me.
Dude, if you think it looks good, 88% of the people in the community will think it looks good because you've got an eye for that shit. A lot of us don't. It's just
Look,
awesome. Jim, have
I
a good night, brother.
look at this little guy I found in my center console the other day.
Like him. Is that Mike
What?
Harda?
Yeah, What's that kind of grind called?
Is it chisel?
No,
No,
it's not.
scanty.
Scanty, but it's a scanty hollow grind. I did that on a 4-inch contact wheel. So it's a hollow grind, but short.
Hey, Patina Turner just talked to Kyle, and he's going to text you tomorrow to talk to you about J-Cals. Maybe y'all can work something out before your drops.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the guy I met him on your other live
Yeah,
stream you did.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, have him message me again. Yeah, I definitely want to send him my next batch to sharpen, and then like maybe I'll just hook him up with a J Cal or something, you know?
He's good at it, man.
Oh,
He sharpened that one little chickadee just dangerously sharp.
is he the guy that wanted the if I had any blanks or blemished blades?
Yeah, I think he's the one that asked about that he'd work
Okay.
on them.
Yeah, I'll just send him some blends. I actually have them set aside for him. I've just been busy because we're gonna about to move too literally
And
in like
Joe
2 weeks.
Isabella, that's a good point if you're about to move, because Joe Isabella says he's hitting you up on IG again. He got that scale material boxed up for you, but he needs
Oh,
a
cool.
mailing address.
Oh yeah, I'll check my messages after this. Yeah, this thing's cool, dude. I think I never posted this one.
I
This
love
is
that
like
little
one,
guy. Is he about a 5-incher?
dude. He's small, man. Look, here's a 5-inch. Yeah, he's a
A little
little.
smaller.
Yeah, he's a
Dude, I'm
little
telling
dude.
you, that's the perfect size. I know it seems too small, but if you
Yeah.
zoom around Instagram, that's
Oh,
what people are buying.
this is a 6.5-inch J Cal that I cut the back off. That's what this one is. See,
Oh
I
yeah,
cut the back off and shortened it.
you did a chop on a chopper.
Yep, that's what I did. Just I don't know what I don't I like this one. I don't know why it has that. I call it like the vintage burnt finish. It just oh, this is stainless too. This is CPM 154. This is a stainless one.
I love it.
Has a little bit of wear marks from the Kydex. I don't care. I think it looks kind of cool personally, but yeah,
Man,
and
I
this
mean,
little
you're killing it. That's why I
look at
always
the
send you
grind
a link,
lines on
because
the
every
bow
week
tie.
you've inevitably got cool new shit. Chris Hull's asking how much is that one in your hand?
Dude, $100.
A
Shipped.
onion in my cart is stainless.
Right? Is that fair? Do you think?
Dude, I think it's very fair.
It's cool, man. So this is one like I don't think I posted it, but I was like, I think I'm gonna keep that one. Oh,
Yeah,
this one also is the first knife I stamped my logo in. It's hard to see, but it's you can see it clear as day in person. Maybe not on the screen, but you can.
I
It
see it.
has my G logo stamped in, cold stamped.
And Chris, the one that I got for 40 was just scrap steel. This is just steel that he had laying around
No,
that
this
he was
is a
just,
J Cal.
yeah, that's a J Cal.
A chopped J Cal, yeah. He's comfy. He is comfy. Has 1/8 inch micarta scales. And they're natural. Are these ones natural and black micarta?
Yeah, that's a beautiful little knife.
Yeah, I like this one. If this dude doesn't buy it, I'll probably keep this one. I forgot this is the one that has the cold stamp in it. You know, a cold stamp is when you take your little stamp and you stamp it before heat treat.
Are you starting to do that, or is that something you
Yeah,
just been playing with?
no, I am starting to do that. This was the first knife I did it on, and then I lost this. It fell behind my workbench, and I just found it like 2 days ago. So I'll start doing it again.
So you're back to browning, back to branding.
Yeah. But I made it very small. Like, I mean, it's tiny because I don't want a giant thing, you know. And I also think on the bigger J Cals, I might shorten the back scale and stamp the back of it right there.
I think stamps are classy looking. I don't think of them as branding or billboarding. I think of it as
Yeah,
just another craft. You're just putting, it should belong to your brain.
even the little, and now this is one of my older Kydexes, but this one came out good. It's just too, I could of course drill if he wants to run like a little chingadera, send it with a soft loop and put a 1/4 inch rivet right there for him. That wouldn't be hard. But I kind of like it. It's just small. I was just throwing this whole thing in my pocket and then just, and then it ended up in my center console.
Guys,
But yeah,
I'm gonna share a screen with y'all with a word with a capital letter. So you do have to use the capital letter. But all of you in here, start throwing Grant, capital Grant, in the chat, and in a little bit we will give away the Malia.
oh, anyways, thanks
I
for letting
love
me
them.
come on.
Oh, Jason, thank you for taking time away from your family and gracing my stream. It makes it fun.
Yeah, I always feel weird. Well, I feel okay on yours, but I've done it before and I just get so awkward, especially when I have to show my face, dude. That's
I'll
the
tell you something funny. We'll have a conversation tomorrow about someone who I know you were on with, and I want to get some feedback from you. We'll have a laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Have a great night, brother.
I will, man. You guys have have a great 4th of July, right?
You too, buddy. Tell me you're off. I hope you're off.
Yeah, dude, I'm definitely my wife would kill me, dude, if I worked on a day she had off. My wife works a lot, so when she does have off, I try not to work. You know what I mean?
Well, y'all enjoy, brother. Tell her I said
Awesome.
hello, and I'm sorry for taking your time when you're
Oh,
around
all
her.
good. All good, man. I appreciate you guys. Have a great 4th and stay safe. Shoot straight. I'll see you later.
All right, brother. Love you, man. All right, guys. I was not ignoring any of y'all. I just get transfixed on all that goodness. No, but I mean, guys, I just was scrolling Instagram. I had a gripper, but I hadn't spent any time talking to Jason really. And he put this up for $40, one of his first knives. And you can tell it doesn't have a J-Cal handle, but it's got a very comfortable choil and a deep, deep hollow grind. And this knife came in and I was just like, wow. And then I started watching his page and he just kept evolving. I mean, if you saw how thick this thing was, but how sharp it came down to. Cue ball. What's up, buddy? Pitt, channel member. I'm sorry I missed all you guys. Chris Hole. Let me make sure my email address is pinned up at the top. Send me an email. Here's the address. And tell me what it's about that we were just talking about. This little knife. And I'm going to pin it. So, Chris, I'll forget your name. I won't forget your name if I see you in here again, but I'll forget our conversation. So, shoot me an email that you like that little Grant custom and shoot your address in there. All right, how many Grants do we got in there? Only 34. We might not have that many people in here because I know Brent's gone live and I don't want to cut into his time. All right, Cheeto, everybody's doing it for somebody else. You guys are so nice. Y'all are so kind. And if I'd have thought about it, I'd have had other stuff to give away. I'll make it up to y'all on Friday. I'll do some videos tomorrow for a cool member knife and a cool general knife. And then we'll probably do a regular one of these knives. But we will give it 37.54 in here. I'll give it about 30 more seconds. Is that cool, guys? And then we'll draw for it. And then we should go support Brother B. Let me get my little notepad out. Even though I'm going to print a label tonight. So whoever wins this giveaway, The email is pinned at the top of the chat. And if you shoot an email tonight, well, or you can shoot it tomorrow because it won't be able to go out till Wednesday. But this is for little Malia. All right, guys, you ready? I'm going to count backwards from 10. I'm going to share the screen. We want it to be legit. Hey, man, what's up? Throw a grand in there. Anybody that's come in new, just throw capital GRANT in the chat. We're about to give away a more Malia. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Ed got in good. 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Joe Isabella. Congratulations, Joe. Congratulations, Joe, brother. I'll tell you what, we're going to do something. We're going to do two things real quick. Joe, my email is pinned up there. So if you would, now did you forward it to somebody? Because we're about to do one more quick giveaway. So Joe Isabella, you email me and you are our winner chicken dinner for the Malia. Why don't we real quickly let me do another chat. So did Joe Isabella played for Dissiatent. Okay, let me do this, guys, because you guys have to keep me straight. So Dissiatent, are you still in here? Disintent? Paging Dissiatent. You're the winner. I just need to know if you're in here. If you guys talk to Dissiatent, there he is. You can DSKF for anybody you want to, buddy. You guys make me want to cry when you do this. Do you want to do that? Do you want to make it go to Crispy? Tell me, Dissiatent, you might win the next one too. Going to Crispy. Congratulations, Crispy. And congratulations for you guys for being so freaking kind to each other. That to me is what makes all this worthwhile. Hanging out with you guys and seeing you do stuff like that. Crispy, if you're in here, I think I've got your email or your address, but you are the Malia's rightful owner. And if you'll shoot me an email, brother, it will go out. And now I'm going to throw another word in here real quick before we go. And we're going to go backwards. And we're going to go choose a broadcast, Metal Mondays, and we're going to put in that. Whoops, push the wrong fucking button. All right, guys. This is our final little playtime. We're going to honor Walker. So if y'all throw Walker in there, we will let the no longer in production Elisha Isham. Why'd I forget the name of this knife? It's got his little maker's mark in it. It's the Civivi. I forget what it's called now. Somebody, after you throw Walker up, tell me what the name of this knife is so I can write it in my book. Joe Isabella, Disiatent, you guys are awesome. No, he didn't, Ed. And he left right after the McKenna. Thank you, Patina Turner. So our second giveaway is for the McKenna. All right. We've got a few people in here. We've got 31 entries. Guys, the more of you can enter. And if you win and you don't want it, and Chris Hole, don't forget to email me, buddy, and remind me what you're emailing me for. You're not asking for anything. All you're doing is reminding me. And I'd love to send it to you. Walker for Jeffrey Dawson. You guys, acid test kids, man, y'all are just too good. I can't wait till Nas Live this year. If we go 2 days of just hanging out when we can. All right, guys, I'm going to give it about 30 seconds, and then I'm going to draw it. So y'all throw in your walkers if you haven't thrown them in yet. Joe, Chicago Knives has great deals on a lot of knives. I have yet to do business with them, but I probably will. Ed Harrison, you guys are both awesome. G-Ball, Walker for his Graham. All right, guys, I'm about to draw it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come 7, come 11. It is Ed. Congratulations, Ed. Did it, Ed? That's great, buddy. Congratulations, winner, chicken dinner. You've got the McKenna, and my email address is pinned up at the top. Just email me where you'd like me to send it, buddy. Now we'll box it up. And then Chris Hinkle's going to send me an email, or Chris Hull's going to send me an email. And whoever else I said to send me an email, just give me a little memory. And guys, I don't want to cut it short, but I don't want to step on Backpack Beast time. And I didn't realize he was going live tonight. Thank every single one of you for coming and hanging out with me. It really humbles me, and it makes my Mondays joyous. Makes Friday come closer because we're going to have a blast Friday. I'll get some videos out for you guys for Friday's giveaway. And I know you don't come here for the giveaways, but I'm just paying nice forward to my brothers and sisters. I love all you guys. Please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Try to keep love in your heart. I love you all.